this is Lily from Plantas y Más, and welcome to my channel. For you that are new or returning, thank you so much for visiting. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and click on the notification bell to let you know when I record more videos or upload more videos, that is. As well as follow me on Instagram at plantas, period, y, plantas, más. Well, period, más. I realized recently that I've been saying it in Spanish, planta puntos y punto más. Yeah, for you that do not speak Spanish, that might be a very good translation of where to look for me on Instagram. So I apologize for that. Anyways, the reason I'm here today is to talk about this beautiful Philodendron Brasil and how to take care of your Philodendron Brasil. Philodendron Brasil is said to be one of the easiest philodendrons to take care of and one of the easiest plants to take care of in the first place. She's beautiful, luscious, and just amazing. I think she's so beautiful. The variegation on the leaves, the patterns, all of it is just amazing to me, and it's just beautiful to look at. And she's a prolific grower. She's been growing a lot, but I need to repot her because the pot that she's in right now, she's very root bound, and she keeps putting out loads and loads of new leaves, but I want to give her more room to grow and expand and look even more beautiful than what she already is. Okay, so let's get to the topic. Now, this philodendron can take a little bit of neglect, meaning, scattered watering and fertilizing and lighting, etc. But there's things to watch out for, just like with any plant. For its soil, it likes organic material, which means perlite, regular potting mix, orchid bark, like bark that we usually use for the orchids, things of that nature. It can deal with just peat moss, just about anything that it's potted in. Don't do regular garden soil because that's a little bit too heavy for their roots. But you know what I mean. Watering. Wait till the first top inch of soil is completely dry and then water it. You can deal if you let it go for more than that, she can deal with it. Leaves may look a little droopy, but it's hard to tell with droopy leaves whether it's too much or too little watering because it can go either way. When you get it right, the leaves perk right up, right? So you always want to check it. If you want to use a moisture meter, go ahead. If you are one that like to either pick up a pot, if it's a terracotta pot and it feels light to you and that's how you water, or if you like to stick your finger in the soil, go ahead, and whatever way works for you with watering in your environment, then that's what you want to use. But you just got to keep an eye on them. Light. It loves bright light, no direct light. Usually the older leaves, they start yellowing, and that's how there's nothing wrong. It's just an older leaf that it's, getting ready to get rid of that leaf. If you see several leaves at the same time that are yellowing, that can mean that it's getting too much light. So, keep an eye for that. If the leaves are, you see their vines, right? If you see that the leaves are growing 2 or 3 inches apart in between, that means your plant is not receiving enough light. So you might want to put it in a place that's a little closer to the light source, just no direct sunlight. Another thing, sorry, I'm looking at my notes as I'm going because I took some notes about some specific things that I found out about them. To fertilize, they like a well-balanced fertilizer that contains macronutrients, and macronutrients are different than micronutrients. And I'll give you an example, a little bit of example to understand a little bit what the difference is. Micronutrients are and include carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur, and magnesium. That's a macronutrient, which is something that, even us, we need to grow and develop. Micronutrients, on the other hand, are also necessary, but they consist of boron, chlorine, manganese, iron, zinc, copper, and molybdenum. Something like that. Pronounce something like that. So, that's the difference between the two. And I know that's a little bit scientific and technical, but those are things that you want to know when you're looking at fertilizers and trying to determine certain reasons why your plant is going in one direction and not the other, because you've taken care of all the basics and your plant is still not thriving in a certain section of it. Let's say that the newer leaves that are growing in, most of them are very pale. I mean, those are things that if everything else you're doing right, then these are the things you want to get a little deeper into and to help you determine what could it be missing to help me boost, and make these leaves grow bigger. So for summer and spring, you want to fertilize like once a month, right? With your balanced fertilizer. For the fall and winter, you want to extend that to every 6 to 8 weeks instead of, you don't want to fertilize as often because it's not really their growth season, but you don't want to stop because they still grow. Just because they're not prolifically growing maybe in those seasons, they're still growing. So like I said, if you see that the leaves the newer growths are really all seem to look really pale, the leaves that are coming in, so that usually means there's a deficiency in calcium and magnesium, which are micronutrients. Not macro, but micronutrients. And those are things to consider and look for your fertilizer and something that is a little bit higher, one of those 3 numbers that we usually see, like 777, 20, 20, 20, 25, whatever, 7, whatever the number is. Look for those and try to remember which ones are which, so that that, oh, my leaves are kind of pale that are coming in. Let me use a fertilizer that has a little bit more of this, and that'll help your plant start growing better, or your leaves growing with more color, more richness to their color and their leaves. And that's it. That's all I wanted to speak on the beautiful Philodendron Brasil. Philodendron Brasil. There's other vining philodendrons like them that also would have the same or similar care tips. So I hope you learned something new today from this. Thank you so much once again for watching and listening. You all have a great day. Bye.